Once upon a time, there were two best friends. One of them had a computer and the other one sucked.
I'm ready whenever.
I mean, it's already recording.
No. Tell me when to go. I won't know if it's time to record until you tell me or start saying some shit.
Are you gonna sit down?
Jury's out.
It's right there. It's got a chair.
There is a chair.
It's nice and comfortable.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Chillin with the Villains, episode 5. We have a special guest with us today. It's Q with a glass of milk.
What up, bitches?
And a taco?
You're a taco.
And a taco.
Got a good carbo load before the gym. And by carbo load, I mean I had a little drinks last night, and I still got the munchies.
So, Q with a glass of milk, not to be confused with our roommate Q.
Yeah,
This is a totally separate person. Believe you me, you don't want to meet Q
with a glass of milk.
without a glass of milk.
Especially in the dark alley, because he will throw the milk on you.
He'll do it.
He'll do it. And
It's
you'll
his
smell like
natural defense mechanism, and it's also his mating ritual.
And then he will literally cry over spilt milk.
It's what attracts the female Qs.
Okay,
To
so
his location.
I've been pondering this question all day. What is a weird thing that you did as a kid that didn't strike you as weird until you were like an adult? And you were like, that's fucking weird.
I put yogurt on sandwiches.
It actually sounds kind of good.
Yeah, it fucking
that
was.
actually sounds. That's not that weird. Pick a new thing.
Get like a peanut butter jelly sandwich, put some lemon ass yogurt on that shit. Fuck.
That's basically the same thing as my Nutella and cream cheese sandwiches. You get that kind of creamy, tangy, kind of tart.
No, that's weird. Your thing is weird. My thing is cool.
Your thing doesn't even count as a solid. So, I did this in elementary school. I was going through a weird early start in my depression. This like 4th, 5th grade, starting to get little baby emo sad boy.
I can tell this is gonna be a funny story.
It will be. So then, for some reason, I'm like, I doubt anybody would even notice if I just wore the same clothes all week. And lo and behold, come the Sunday, my mom's doing my laundry, and she just goes, "Where's all your laundry?" I'm like, "I wore the same pair of clothes this week." She just goes, "Why?" I wanted to see if anybody would notice. That's disgusting. And like, as a kid, I was just like, no, it just meant no one was paying attention to me. And like, the more I grew up, I'm just like, that's fucking vile. You know, I had recess and PE in those clothes, so I must have smelled really bad, but why wouldn't anybody tell me?
Because you were right.
No one was paying attention, and they just assumed that was my natural musk. Oh,
Just the smelly foreign kid.
When I was growing up, I had a mixture of foods, and I would eat things that were like way too sour, and then my parents would make me eat things that were way too spicy for me. So to compensate, I would drink a fluid while I ate something to like chill it out. And I actually started to like it a lot. Like I would specifically mix certain foods with certain drinks, and that's what I would enjoy eating.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did this, I'm sure as you guys know, for years.
yeah.
Now, fast forward to the core, super useful skill. Because I could eat a lot faster than people because I was used to shoving food in my face, liquid, gullet it down, move on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So nobody really thought it was weird there until I got out and I was dating a girl and she's like, "Do you still do that weird thing with milk?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Where you like eat food and then drink milk and then chew your food and then swallow it?" And I'm like, "Why is that weird?" And then I thought about it and I realized that it's a little weird. Like eating cereal. Like I don't usually eat cereal in a bowl. Like I'll throw some cereal in, milk. Like it made sense in my mind.
Like I don't really eat cereal with milk. I will if it's like, okay, it's more of like a sweet cereal and I kind of need to like mellow it out a little bit with a little bit of that cow tit juice, you know?
Right.
And then like, but most of the time
I just
if
did
it's
that with everything.
Yeah, if it's like a Lucky Charms or like any of those kind of like the actual cereal itself isn't very sweet, but it has the marshmallows or whatever the fuck or anything, I'll just put it in like a bowl and just fucking snack on it like chips.
I always thought that was just the epitome of your laziness.
No, it's just I usually only will put milk.
It's like you're willing to go 2/3 of the way to the bowl of cereal, right? You get the bowl and you get the cereal, and just you're close enough.
Well, I also just don't really like milk. Like, I don't like regular milk.
Have you tried the oat milk?
No, I haven't tried that yet. I like almond milk. That's a bit more palatable for me personally, but like just regular like milk is not something I'll go out of my way to drink. But like I'll drink strawberry milk, banana milk, occasionally vanilla milk, but definitely chocolate milk. I am a snow bunny at heart.
All right, well, that burned a killer 5 minutes.
Okay, but I've got
What's the next topic on the docket?
next topic of discussion. When is it?
Oh,
when
wait,
is
I
it?
got it.
Yeah, go
I
for
got
it.
one, right? Okay, so here's something that I've been doing at my new college. I've been working out with some of my lab mates. And we go to lunch with like different people, and while we're sitting at lunch, they will ask me a fitness question, and then all they want to hear is the answer that they want to hear, and not like the fitness truth.
Yeah, like
You know
the
what I'm saying?
actual.
Not the fitness truth, because I'm not like the guru of fitness or anything, but they know a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it doesn't fit into what they're talking about. So I spent most of lunch today, like, they'd be like, oh, how does, I don't know, carbs work? And I'd start with that. And then be like, oh, I know this diet that's really good with fats. I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't really have anything to do with carbs.
Yeah, like those are facts.
And they're like, I was like talking to one of them, I'm like, do you want to get big or do you want to get toned? Or do you want to lift up patients off the ground? Or do you want to be able to run 10 miles? Like, what is it that you're going for?
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to be big and toned. I'm like, right. I said or.
Yeah, it's like that's.
You don't just get to suddenly be both. Unless you do HGH, but you
Yeah.
know,
In which case you'll be toned, lean, and fucking massive.
yeah, I'll probably have like a seizure.
Yeah, probably. Or just a real tiny pee-pee.
HGH does not do that.
Oh, you're right. Just anabolics.
Those are anabolics.
Yeah.
Well, let's not encourage anybody
Okay, but here's
for any reason.
Okay, but using HGH as a
Not
means
illegal.
of recovery is actually not a terrible thing to do.
No,
And
no,
same
no,
thing
no,
with
no.
anabolic steroids.
I'm not talking to the legality of things. I'm talking to encouraging people at all.
Oh, that's right. No, don't be
For any reason
don't be
to
healthy,
do anything.
don't be unhealthy. Exist. You don't get to do anything with your life.
We're the fucking
Don't
villains.
become big. Don't become toned.
Don't become
Just don't do anything.
Yeah.
Don't get fat. I don't care. I don't know you. Just don't.
Okay.
Whatever you're going to do is going to get in my way.
So this was something that I presented at the office, and now since we still have our tree sitting in the wagon, when does it when does it pass? Like, how long is it for you that it's no longer tacky to keep up your Christmas decorations, and you just gotta commit to having them up until next Christmas?
It is always tacky.
Because I say like after like January or February, you just kind of gotta commit.
I
I
will
mean,
be.
if I had a backyard, I would have just that would have been lit on fire forever ago.
Yeah.
I think that Christmas decorations in general
Yeah.
are tacky, except for the people that make a hobby out of it.
Yeah, like the fucking huge mega houses
Yes.
that are synchronized.
They do the synchronized music and they do crazy fucking shit, and they're on a whole different level than the rest of us. They've ascended to tier 2 during Christmas time, and that's cool. That's awesome. That's a hobby for you. That's great. For everybody else, does anybody
Dude,
care?
MasterCard.
Does anybody like nobody looks at the one string of Christmas lights that you put around your gutters and is like, how festive these people are. No, nobody fucking thinks that.
You don't want to be the asshole that doesn't have at least anything. You know what I'm saying?
I
You don't
just-
want to be the one
it's-
undecorated house.
Stick a fucking Jesus in your yard and call it
Yeah.
a day.
Whoa,
Like
All-purpose
a-
Jesus.
Christmas. No.
Like a-
Christmas, this is America.
A letter
Christmas is
T,
not about
perhaps?
Jesus. It is about the sacred credit card and Santa Claus.
Well, then put Santa Claus with a debit card in your fucking front lawn.
And
Yeah, you
perhaps
might get
teas
your
on
debit
fire.
card stolen, but that's Christmas Barrett, baby.
Ugh. And I was like, okay, you know what? That's a good transition on accident.
I wish we did more seasonal transitions, right?
Yeah.
Like places would have more of local holidays where they'd be like, okay, fall starts around this time of year for us, so we're gonna celebrate in this way.
Yeah.
You know.
Or like
Oktoberfest. That's a fun one.
Like, there's no spring anything here in Arizona. You get 3 days of good weather, and then it's hell. It's hell for 6 months.
You know what they need to do here? They need to switch everything from days to nights. Everything that would normally be open during the day needs to be switched to nights in the middle of the summer months.
I don't know, man.
Just
It's
flip
still real bad at night.
Yeah, it's not sweltering,
I
but
know,
it's not
but
good.
It's better than during the middle of the day.
You know what? You bring up a fair point. I'll give it to you there, Chief. But at the same time, it's like it's kind of hard to do business when other businesses and other places are not open. You know.
What does Arizona export? Rocks?
STDs, according to ASU.
Hot girls from ASU?
Yeah, STDs from
Technically,
ASU.
we import those.
Well, I mean, if we
We're the
import them and then we change them a little bit and then export, like, how does that work?
Yeah, does that become intellectual property? What?
I mean, are we saying that girls from college with STDs are parodies of their original
Arizona,
selves?
born and bred. And I'm not just saying girls. I actually, fun fact, most of the people that I know with STDs are dudes.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would believe that.
Mostly because where we grew
Because
up.
you don't know any women.
Is that all you got?
Yeah, man, it was a decent zinger. It felt pretty good when I said it, so...
Well, you should feel bad. Because that is subpar for you.
Whatever, you made the Budweiser joke in the last fucking...
I said Budweiser virus.
There's nothing... You can't...
You gotta set a low bar.
That's not a low bar, man. That's the ground.
That's
You
subterranean.
You can't limbo underneath it because it is what you stand upon by default.
Well, then learn to phase shift through the ground. You can do anything.
It's not even... You can't dig under that. It's bedrock, baby. Like, it don't go lower than
That's
that.
cool. That's molten earth core.
Yeah, that's the fucking... That's the Onyx level, whatever, in Minecraft. Remember you dig down, in original Minecraft, you dig down, you can't dig any deeper than
It's just
that?
bedrock.
Oh, yeah.
Is that,
What
that was
called?
that just bedrock?
Yeah.
Is that just what that was? That's the joke right there. That's your joke. It does... You can't...
No, I've definitely made worse. I think that was just more recent.
Yeah, I know. It's fresh in my mind, and it haunts me.
It must have really struck a chord with you. It's been like 24 hours.
The trauma. I mean, it's one of those things. I've been going to therapy for it, but it's been unsuccessful.
Yeah, I can tell. Keep going. Okay, so like, with that really horrible, disgusting, surprising burp I had probably about 4 or 5 minutes ago, like, how often do you get those moments where you like you sneeze or you cough or you like fart or something or burp and you're just like, this is it, this is how I die?
Never.
I'm not gonna talk to this guy. Like, Q, do you ever get those times where you sneeze and then you're like, this is it, like, my entire immune system is failing, this is the sneeze that kills me? Or like a cough where you're like, oh my god, this cough is never gonna stop?
You know, actually, when I was working, like, what was it, 60 hours a week?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not
You're
that
working a
long
lot.
ago, I got sick, and I smoke, and I had to choose between the small little bit of happiness of smoking and not actually coughing my lungs out.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I made the correct decision, which was the small bit of happiness, because fuck it. And that was pretty. There were a couple moments where I was coughing that one that I felt like I might actually like die.
Yeah.
Like actually just not get enough oxygen to my brain and pass out, and that would be it.
And then you're just gonna fall and smack your head.
Well, you know
Yeah.
what happens after that, baby.
What, Santa Claus and debit cards and
No.
the pearly gates?
That's when I take your brain, and I make a copy, and I put you into a computer.
Consent is important.
Yeah. I'll get consent from the computer version of himself.
This is why your mom's in a fucking wheelchair. She's not. She's a lovely woman.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just simply untrue. What was that joke from? Who did that joke?
That's Donald Glover.
That was Donald Glover.
Mr. Childish Bambi, go, go, go.
What was it? It's been a long time since I heard that one.
I think about that, like, daily. Because, like, kids are so fucking mean.
I mean, well, yeah.
Yeah, and, like, so, you guys know, as children, we said some, like, real stupid shit.
Hold up. I gotta take pause. I gotta take pause before we go on this kids are mean crap. Of course, kids are mean.
Yeah.
Have you seen adults? All of those kids grew up to be adults.
Yeah.
The only difference between a child and an adult in terms of how mean they are is a level of polite behavior we've learned. It's not that they're not mean. It's just they don't flex it all the time.
Well, yeah.
There's a restraint. But when you leave, when you leave the line of sight, when you're around the corner, when you're in the car and you're yelling at somebody that you don't know and you know they can't hear you, you can say some horrible rancid shit.
Well, and
they're just as mean.
Oh no, absolutely. I'm not saying that adults aren't mean. Adults, like, for fuck's sake, there's a reason the, like, Karen's thing exists. Fucking, can I speak to your manager, haircut looking ass white bitches, or like La Chancla. But, like, there's just something about kids, like, because it's, like, so needling.
You know Matty Bear's having a good time when he turns into a dolphin.
Yeah.
The fuck is La Chancla?
You don't know what La Chancla is?
No.
Alright, go, Mr. Typing Speed Man, closer to the keyboard looking at us.
There's a microphone.
La Chancla. It's like flip-flops. It's shitty plastic thong flip-flops.
Oh, chocolate.
The chancla.
Oh, I thought they were called chocolates.
Well, but yeah, like the flip-flops that, like, typically Latina mothers will have and beat your ass with. But, like, I feel like kids are just so needling because they haven't developed that sense of read the room yet. Like, to add what you were saying of, like, there's this level of politeness. Like, as I was mentioning in that last podcast, fucking some kid was just calling me a hard R. I'm not black. I'm barely Filipino at this point in my life. But, like, I felt it and I was like, wow, that's fucked up. And, like, I didn't really get why it was fucked up until I was older, 3rd grade when we went through the the slavery section. But, like, dude, like, and I feel like kids don't know when to stop.
Well, kids will posture. They will posture and they will posture and they will posture, right? Almost every kid wants to be the cool kid in the room. There's few kids that actually want to be the quiet kid in the corner. They want to be the coolest quiet kid in the corner with all their screamo friends.
Yeah.
Right? It's still that same principle. And if something's funny, there's no, like, lesson on when something stops being funny.
Yeah.
It's just funny until it's
not. Until
it's not.
like, someone gets in trouble.
Which is how you, like, end up duct taping a teacher to a chair and, like, laugh really hard and then he's screaming at you and, you get arrested or something like that.
Or like that one time where I
Has that dropped off your record yet, or?
Or there was that one time where I was messing with a teacher's phone system and accidentally sent out an SOS. And they literally...
Carol?
So Q and I were both in the same cooking class in middle school, and we were...
Fun fact, Q likes to cook now.
Yeah.
It was good.
We were fucking nightmares. We, like, whenever it was time to actually do the classwork of, like, cooking and all that, like, our group, well-oiled machine. We always did it right the first time, and we did it efficiently, and it was good. But my fucking God, the, like, lesson parts when we were learning about how to make food, we were fucking doing some of the dumbest shit, just like...
You know the classes where you had, like, a couple bad kids in the class?
Yeah.
And they try to spread them out through things.
Uh-huh.
This was the first opportunity for us to take electives.
Yeah.
And it was a 7th and 8th grade class. You could take it both grades. So every kid that never cared about school from both the 7th grade and the 8th grade were in that class, except for one table And looking back on it, I feel really bad because each table had 4 kids. There were 4 kids in that class that really wanted to learn to cook and wanted everybody to be quiet and participate, behave. And the other, what?
Like
20?
5, yeah.
Other 20 kids were throwing knives in the ceiling or the floor, making whatever they wanted. The Schmuckenheiser would just like take other people's ingredients and make his own thing.
Yeah, he would literally walk around to each fucking stove, grab something from our mise en place, arrangement, and then he'd just go to another fucking kitchen setup and just make his own shit. And I remember, so we don't like completely out our teacher. I'm not gonna say the last name, but Carol, as we so fondly remember her, I think at some point she realized not only is this a class of bad kids, I only have a few good kids and I cannot lose them. So she stopped paying attention to the rest of the class.
So I got one class I would like to talk about, and I think we're pretty good to wrap things up. Yeah.
Likely.
Okay. So I will say it. I'll use his first name, But I had this teacher. He was young, right? He was probably mid-20s, right? He's probably younger than I am now at the time that he was teaching. And we're going to call him Carlos. All right, we're going to call this teacher Carlos.
Yeah.
Young guy, pretty trendy, pretty fashionable. He was a good-looking dude,
Yeah.
He was in great shape and just probably the most ghetto person that I had known up to that point in my life. He was from Los Angeles. And
he was cool.
He grew up in a real bad part of Los
He
Angeles.
grew up in the projects.
And he...
Are you hating on the hardness of the D block?
He was an English teacher, and he had the misfortune to be given this class that was so filled. Like you were saying, every class is a couple bad apples. No, this one was like the dump. They dumped all of these kids.
It was Staten Island.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure why I was in there.
Oh, you know what you did.
Maybe they took a look at my, previous record from my previous school, my permanent record from that, and saw that I decked a kid with a lunch tray once.
That's a great story.
Who knows? But anyway, I was in this class, and...
Goodbye, Q. Everybody say goodbye, Q, in the comments. And then donate to our Patreon. And
then subscribe, swipe up for Snapchat and my Instagram that neither of those exist.
And then send me all 32 of your teeth for 24 cents.
But just remember, everybody, you can become both toned and big and eat everything you want and still lose weight. Because you know some guy that did that.
Stop encouraging them. So
do steroids.
Carlos, right? He would try and catch these kids all the time.
Yeah.
He was a hard ass, and he knew it. One of the coolest fucking teachers I ever had. But definitely a hard ass, right? Yeah. And trying to catch these kids slipping up all the time, right? Like he used to put trick questions on his quizzes about books and stuff, and he would ask a question about something that just frankly wasn't in the fucking book.
Yeah.
Multiple choice, you can just put none of the above. Or even not multiple choice, and you had to write that shit didn't fucking happen on your test paper, or you lost points.
Yeah.
I will never forget one day we had a substitute teacher, and they had reduced this poor old woman to like tears. They were just rowdy. They were jumping up on the desks. Fucking Thule was riding around on his goddamn skateboard in the class, going around the fucking class. And I shit you not, 10 minutes into having a substitute teacher, Carlos kicks down the fucking door psych! I was here the whole time! Fucking kicked everyone's asses. Sent them all to the fucking principal. He wasn't even gone or sick that day.
He was probably late.
He just got a substitute teacher for 10 minutes. So he could catch these kids slipping.
I feel this is the last thing we'll do before we wrap it up. I feel like that's what so many teachers, or like people who become teachers, and they like. I'm sorry, I'm trying to attain this dog. Like, I feel like that's what so many teachers who like grew up in those tough places and those projects are like, this happened to me, so now it's gonna happen to you, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he was just. I swear to God, I thought he was going to go to blows with some of those kids sometimes. And there were some unnaturally large children in that class. I mean, like, giant people that were just baby giants. But
Speaking of baby,
still
would you
giant.
like this dog?
No, I don't want this. Why did you go around obtaining the dog if you don't want the dog?
I do want the dog. I'm trying to share the happiness of this dog
I'm good.
with others.
I'm alright, dog. Anyway,
We're
that's
boys.
going to be it for now.
Meet us tomorrow when we talk more about La Chancla for 40 minutes straight. We gotta end with something funny. Say something funny.